Hey guys, Psycho here again. Now today's video is going to be about stockpiling e-waste, certain components to be keeping and versus components that you would sell. Everybody kind of stores stuff differently, but this is what I do and I'm just going to show you what I have. Starting off, this was a bag of copper that I finally finished or whatever. I'm not sure what it weighs, but this is copper that just came out of like circuit boards and stuff. You can see it's really fine stuff. And I plan on keeping this bag here just so I have some copper on hand. I started filling up a bucket. I don't have much in there right now, but that's stuff I'm going to sell just to get some profit. Another thing I'm going to keep is all my crystal and crystal oscillators. It's actually almost full, but these are something I'm just going to keep. Gold, obviously I'm going to keep my gold. All the gold fingers, all the gold pins. This stuff, well, I need some acids to refine it, but stockpiling gold is probably the main reason everybody gets into scrapping, because, well, it's gold, right? One thing I have considered is selling these, because I found a couple sites that'll give you like $25 a pound for the gold fingers and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if that's really a good deal or not. I don't have nothing really to reference from, but for now I plan on keeping these, because why not? It's not hurting anything. It's not taking up a lot of space, so I'm not sure yet. MLCCs. I'm starting to get a little bit, but these things here take a long time to store up. Unless you're going through computer motherboards and you're getting a nice big line of them and you're doing like 20-30 of them a day, these here take a long time to get any weight to them. So, and then there's tantalum, of course. I don't see too much of that, hence why it's in a small little shot glass kind of thing. Screws, you're going to have a lot of screws. My plan there is to keep throwing them in this bigger pail or whatever, and then when it's full, I'm going to go through and see what ones are brass and which ones aren't. And anything that's brass I'll put into here and get a little more money out of it. All the circuit chips. I've been watching E-Waste Ben, and he's kind of changed my opinion on what I want to do with these, because I was originally going to cut them up, get the acids, and get the gold out of them, but he has mentioned that there's a lot of other metals in there as well, platinum or whatever it is, and you'll be missing out on those. So I don't know if I'll just store these into like a bag like this for later, or sell them as is. Now, I mean, there's a 2 or 3 pounds worth of chips in there now, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep stacking them up for now, because they don't take a lot of space. And that's what the general thing is here. Anything that's smaller, like this stuff, I'm keeping. Anything that's bigger, I'm going to sell. So I got my screws there. I separated my RAM and put them in here. Apparently RAM chips are a higher value, so you keep them separated, you get a little bit more money for them if you want to sell them, but again, I'm keeping them, so whatever. Then there's these chips, your BGAs, the really good high quality ones. Now, I haven't sorted them from like the metal ones to like just the polymer ones, but then I got some like that I've already removed the thing, and then there's of course ones like this. I'm just keeping them all as is. Again, just when this bag is full, then I'm just going to store it away. I might sell some of them, I might not. I don't, like I say, to keep a bag like this is not a big deal, so stockpiling them is just an easy thing to do. So that's all the stuff on my bench. Over here beside, I got all this stuff. This is stuff I'm going to be selling because, like this red copper, I don't know what they classify this as, but I will be like getting rid of that. This is like the really dirty copper that's got like a lot of crap on it, like you can see all the residues and stuff on it. That's probably going to go as number 3 copper. So like I say, I'll sell that because there's no point in keeping it. This copper here is kind of weird because it's not actually copper. It's like if you sand it down, it's silver inside, so it's aluminum with a copper finish. I don't know much about this stuff here, but I got it out of a couple TVs. So whatever they want to give me for it, I'll sell it as is. Electric motors, I don't bother with these because they're really annoying to take apart just to get the little bit of copper out of them. So I just break them down like that and put them in here. You only get 10 cents a pound for them, so there's probably about 5-6 pounds here for sure. So you know, I might get $1 out of it. Best case scenario if the price goes up. Insulated wire. Now I talked about this a little bit on the wire stripping video with that thing there. Some of this wire is just too annoying to try to strip. Like this stuff here, you wouldn't strip that. And I was going to strip this stuff here, but where it's been cold or whatever, the plastic that's wrapped in is really brittle now, and the blade doesn't slide down easy enough, and it's just too annoying for me to do it. There is some decent wire here, but I mean, for the hassle, I'm not bothering with it. Just sell it as is. You'll always get more wire, so. The only other thing I've seen a lot of people do is they burnt this stuff, but besides the massive health risk and environment risk, there's no point for me to do it for that little bit of copper. I do got some of this bigger stuff. This here I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, because there is a couple good, like this here would be a good wire to strip. These ones wouldn't be. But at the same time, it's got this nice thick coating. You can see there's a little, it's shielded by metal. So this is pretty heavy. So if I take all that off, yeah, the value of the copper will go up, but I'm losing all the weight from the shielded cable. So not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I might just cut it up and leave it as is. Copper, mix of everything. Again, like this stuff here, that's not like really bare, bright, clean stuff, I probably won't bother keeping. I'll sell it. But stuff like this, like that really good electric wire, I might keep a little bit of this just so I have some copper on hand. It's always good to have some precious metals. You don't necessarily have to be in bar form, but it's definitely good to keep some. And all these wires here, I'm probably just going to cut up and throw them out, whatever. One thing I will show, I did finally break down and separate all my aluminum. The place I'm going to be going to, they categorize it in 3 different forms. So you got your extruded aluminum, which is the best of the best. This is the stuff I plan on keeping, because if I want to make aluminum bars, this is what you want. This stuff here is going to give you the most yield. This nice, really clean stuff. And a lot of it's really heavy too. Heavy heat sinks out of computers, and that's where I get the majority of it. So then you got this other category, which is new and used aluminum. So I assume this is all going to go as used, but it's just like your plate, heat shields for exhaust, sides of computer stuff. Like there is some extruded I threw in, but I'm not too worried. Some like hard drive cases, some other cast stuff. Like it's just a mix match of everything. But it's not something I'm going to worry about melting. If I'm going to melt anything, it'll be this stuff. I'm going to take you guys upstairs. That's where I got all my circuit boards stored. This is a good example of what I strip off. You can see I took most of the chips. I left like the transistors, stuff like that. They can have that. The little gold pins in here, I don't bother with that because the gold is so crappy that it's not even worth messing with. So like this one here is really dusty, you can't see, but I take like that chip and a couple little things. That's pretty much it. Alright, I'll take you guys upstairs and I'll just show you the circuit board pile. Ugh. There we go, she's going to focus. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the CD drives, floppies. This is probably something that you're going to store a lot of because if you're going to do computers, you're going to get 1 to 2, maybe even 3 per computer. So I don't know how many I got here, but there's quite a few. So my plan here is to sell these all off to a wholesaler if they will buy them. Some places won't even touch these anymore, but hopefully I can get somebody that will take all these, give me a little decent price for them at least. And there's my mountain of circuit boards and motherboards and everything else. Now, on camera it might not look all that much, but there's 2 years of collecting here. And there's like all the cheap boards over here, the CRT ones. Your medium grade was here, but the higher grade stuff kind of just overflowed on top of it, so it is what it is. But I mean, I got motherboards, satellite boards, different old school motherboards with them older style chips. I mean, there's everything in here. So hopefully I can sell all this with this more higher grade stuff. There's some gold stuff there. I'll probably sell that to someone else, and I'll probably try to sell all the power supplies with the two, and hopefully they'll buy the whole works. And the one I've been looking at, they sell gold and silver. So my plan is to take all this, ship it to them, and hopefully they'll come back and say, okay, it was worth $200-300 maybe, and I'll just say, okay, send me out a bar of silver or something like that. And hopefully that'll work, and it's a good way to stock up on silver and get rid of all this junk that I no longer want, because I've kept all the good stuff anyways. So there is that. The rest of this place is in a mess. All my gold painting gear. Videos coming up with that, hopefully. So we will head downstairs. The last thing I'll show you is out back, and that is the biggest thing you're going to store up is your steel, iron, that kind of jazz. And I keep that out back because there's just no room in my building to store it, for obvious reasons. But you're going to get a lot of this. And steel right now is $150 a ton, so I'm not sure what I'll get for all this, but I'll load it on my truck one day and I'll head in with my insulated wires and maybe even this thing and God knows what else, and hopefully I can make a profit, because they live about, or the building's about an hour away from me. So with a Chevy V8 I can expect to burn about $40-50 worth of gas to go there. So hopefully I get enough to cover the costs. Anyways guys, there's one last thing I'm going to show you. It's not e-waste related, but speaking of my Chevy, this is my new all aluminum 5.3 liter Vortec engine that I will be building. I will do a little bit more of it in the next video. I do have a set of heads to go with it. These are the 799 heads. So these are the really good ones that everybody wants. So that'll be in the next video. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, drop a thumbs up. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I'm still pushing for that 1,000 subscribers. I notice I've been getting a few more every day, and I appreciate everybody that does that. I hope to have a lot more good content coming up in the future. And as always guys, thank you for viewing.